This is Damon Stevens with FinWealth Builders, and this is a video for July 19th, 2021. And this is our Monday prep. The stocks that we're focusing on is the general market, the SPY, the triple Qs, which is the NASDAQ, RCAT, MRNA, Adobe, travel, and more. So tune in and see what's coming up this week, including earnings season. And there's several that we're checking. If you're not subscribed already, please subscribe to our channel, FinWealth Live, and that way we continue to bring this content and videos and updates to you daily during the week, and then Sunday in preparation for Monday. Again, we're not financial advisors or brokers, and so everything you're seeing here are things that we're watching and trading during this week, and make sure you just trade safely and keep yourself sizable, especially with the market the way it is right now. If you look at Friday, the Friday close for the Dow Jones was down 0.86%, NASDAQ down 0.80%, and S&P 500 down 0.75%. You can see that it was quite a bit of red across the board in most of the areas except for utilities, which is interesting to see money going into utilities. Typically, you see that when there's people are fearful in the market. So I think fear is still down low. Also, the other thing to look at is China. If you look at the other countries, they're also seeing some down. And so seeing China down makes me wonder if tomorrow morning we're going to see either a little pullback and continuation downside, or if we're going to have a little bit of fake out and things will rally. But overall, the market is in a bull trend, so just keep that in mind. So if we do have a pullback, I don't see any type of, major fallout right now, but it's possible, but I don't. But I do look at warnings, like if other countries are down, if I see money flowing into other areas outside technology and some of these other sectors, because usually that's a warning sign that something else might be going on. So just keep that in mind. As far as last week on Friday, SXTC hit our scanner. RCAT also did. I did not trade SXTC, but I did RCAT, and RCAT stays on our list. There's some others too that we're carrying over, but you see MRNA is here as well. This one just an incredible rally. So if you had this one, you had a really great ending to your week. So the earnings this week coming up, and I've marked out the ones that I'm watching and that we're watching to trade. Tractor Supply on Monday before the open, and AutoNation. And then after the close will be IBM. Tuesday, Travelers, Netflix. Wednesday, Coca-Cola and Sands. Thursday, Crocs, Snap, and Capital One. And Friday, American Express and Honeywell. A lot of others. There could be a lot of possibility as far as additional trades opportunities in here, obviously. But those are the ones that we're focusing on. The one things I do like when we're getting earnings season is there's a lot more volatility, and you can play options, which are great. Or you can scalp these as you're seeing the rallies. And typically, when the announcement comes out, is when you're going to see the most volatility. So as long as you have an idea of where those extremes are and your support and resistance areas, typically that's where you can scalp them. And so it's been very profitable, and so I'm looking forward to seeing, do we have volatility in this earnings season, or like I talked about in our last videos earlier in the last season, we had a lot of slowness, and I wasn't as impressed as I have in the past. But we'll take a look and see. This week we'll finally get some big hitters coming in, and so we're excited. So MRNA. So this one again. This is a trade on Friday. You get gapped up. You can see here, I went ahead and marked that out. You can see that we hit, 286.96, so just under 287. Looking for a push to 300. Now, because it gapped up, sometimes stocks will come back and fill that gap in. So Friday morning, got to watch and see what the action is on MRNA. See if it starts to rally up towards the next goal here. Or if it starts to pull back, it might be pulling back to refill down here and retrace a little bit. So just be careful there. Keep that in mind that there could be a pullback here. It's extended above this 5 moving average right here too. So if it pulls back to 259, it's retracing back to hopefully find support here. So just be careful. It is elevated, um, and so just keep that in mind. RCAT's given us, several days. This hit the scanner continues to be on our list. Typically what I say in every video is, we try to keep these on our list for 2 weeks. And so you can see we've had a nice bull run up here. This is very extended. So, you could have a 50% retracement back somewhere around $6. So just be careful on this one. But as you see here, we continue to rally day after day. And so, does this reach up and try to hit 743? That's kind of where it kind of is a pullback. There is another high back here in June, which was 775. So that's where my guess is it's going to try to push, or possibly closer to 8. But we'll see if we got the volume coming in to push the momentum up there. TRV is another one. This one had a big pullback after hitting a new high. Pullback, hit the support on the 200, rallied back up, and it's above all the moving averages now. And it could be traveling back up here towards the 159, even 162 at the high if it can get enough momentum and volume. So just watching this one for a continuation. Adobe had a nice run up here, several days. So it's given some great trades. You can see that it just kind of hovers right on this 5, so that's what you want. The only thing, as the stock starts to flatten out, that can be concerning. Either it's consolidating for a bigger push up towards, like 607 or higher, or this could be looking at trying to dip back down and retrace. And the retracement, if you look at it, you got to kind of look at where it broke out, which is really down here. But you had another kind of a pullback and a breakout here. So this is another area of interest, this 563. Here's the 20 moving average here. It could pull back there as well and find support. You can see that it found support on the 10 a few times. And back here, once it's above that 5, it seems to do pretty well until it starts to pull back and kind of retrace back down towards this 200. So just keep an eye on that. But we're looking to see if that gives us a continuation as well. Microsoft, same thing, rally up, staying above the 5, all the moving averages. Can start to consolidate here, see if we get a pullback here, maybe to the 10 or the 20 down here where it got marked out, or if we get continuation back up to 282 and then up towards 284 and 286. Apple, you can see that it had a nice run up. It's pulled back, it retraced a little bit, and so it's found support hopefully here and can bounce off. It did get below the 5, which makes me wonder if it's going to come back down here to the 10 a little bit. And then you got the 20 down here at 140. So we'll see what it decides to do. But, it's normal for it to pull back. It's just got to hold support and bounce back. Otherwise, it could be heading out. So just make sure you have your stop losses in. And that way, if it does retrace a lot more or past that 20, that you're locking in your profits. Amazon, you can see that it had a nice rally up. And and you can see that it, instead of resting, it just kind of pulled back, and it's pulled back, and now it's on the 20. So if it finds support here, bounce off, we can start to trade this again. I'm watching this. If it breaks below that 20, then it's going to be at least off my list. Netflix, you can see, again, it had a nice bull run, and then it pulled back here. But you see we have lower highs here. So I just want to keep that in mind. Is this going to pull back and rally again? Right now, I don't think so, but I mean, anything, it's possible, but I don't think it is. But I do have this gap down here it's got to fill, and so this could possibly pull back below the 20 and go towards the 50. In my mind, that's what I think it's going to probably try to do. But if it could come down and find support and bounce off of that, sometimes there's a little bit of a fake out where it'll come down and act like it's going to fill this gap, and then it just moves back up. But we'll see. I haven't seen it in the past where it kind of really does that, so I'm assuming this will probably pull back here a little bit more, but we'll continue to monitor that. Google, nice rally up, still nice and strong, still above all the moving averages, and I like that it's tight. This little tight move here usually has a better momentum to be able to carry on. And the other thing to keep in mind is, again, earnings are coming up, and so there's going to be some volatility. There could be, if the overall market, as earnings come out, are very positive, you can see a lot of these keep rallying into their earnings and then possibly pull back. If the earnings come out and they start, becoming worse than expected, these might pull back early before the earnings announcement. So just keep that in mind, that this is the volatile part of um, the time of the market with the earnings season in. So the dollar, you can see the dollar, we have it marked up here, high of $93 up here, and you see that it's been on this rally kind of consolidated here, and now it's kind of breaking out. So it'll be in this next channel up here, going towards those highs if it continues to the current path. So the VIX, talked about this, you get lots of spikes. You can see these are lower spikes. So that means it's kind of getting probably a wedge right here, or a pennant here, and then it could possibly break out here to the highs, or it could fail. But usually a pennant like this, usually you see it go higher. But we'll see if the dollar holds out or if it pulls back. With a weak dollar, it does help, make it look like inflation's in check and make sure that the stock market looks healthy, because we'll see. We'll see what happens. The SPY pulled back. It's above the 20. It's got to hold here. If it breaks below it, it could come down to the 50. If it breaks the 50, then watch out below, because it can come a lot lower. You can see back here in history, the 20, the 50, the 50, the 50, the 50, the 50. So the 50 is a big pull. So we could have a pullback, possibly clear back to the 50. You need to watch what the price action is tomorrow. Right now we're at the 20. If we break the 20, then yeah, the 50 is probably next on the docket. So just keep that in mind. But you can see that the support's held pretty good on the 50. So at least you have a general idea, where it's going to come in, as long as you have this 50 moving average on your charts. Triple Qs, you can see triple Qs, peaked out here, come back down here, possibly to the 20. If it breaks the 20, you got to come down to the 50. So just keep in mind these levels on your charts as you're watching this stock. You could have a pullback. Now on the triple Qs, you can see that it's pulled back to the 20 several times. So here's 3 times, but it's pulled back to the 100 as well. The 100 is clear down here at 335. So just keep that in mind, that it's found support on the 100 several times and the 20, and we're just coming into the 20 now. Semiconductors, see this big old pullback. It broke below the 50, headed back to the 100. The 100 right here. If it can find support and bounce off, then that's great. You can see it found support here on the 100. A few times it broke here almost to the 200 here back in May. But so we'll see if it can hold this 100 and bounce off. But everything overall still moving in an upward direction. IWM broke the 100, now it's heading towards the 200. We need to see if this is going to get support here. If not, this could start to roll over down to 200 and possibly lower. So definitely need to keep an eye on the Russell 2000. So financials, again, pull back through the first channel into the second, pulled down through the second channel, and now it's consolidating here on this around 36. So we need to see if it can consolidate and bounce up, or does it fail and pull back to the 100. So something to keep in mind this week as we move forward. Gold had nice rallies we talked about in several videos. The rally found resistance there around the 1800s, pulled back, and just kind of barely pull back. And it's in this channel, so as long as we can hold this channel, we can hopefully pull up and start to head back north again. If not, then it's going to probably pull back here to the support line that we had prior, around 1763. Silver, so you can see silver pull back, not a good sign. Usually gold will kind of give an indicator which direction we're heading. Silver's kind of leading right now, so just keep that in mind for gold as well. We broke below the 200, so that's not typically good. We'll see if it can bounce back and get some support, but right now it's that's negative. We're now below all the moving averages on silver. Bitcoin, you see Bitcoin continue to consolidate, lower lows, and so we'll see how low it can go. It's got a, oh, this is not Bitcoin. Sorry, I just noticed it messed up. Those are the right numbers. Okay, so Bitcoin, same type of chart though. You see here Bitcoin is down here and around the 31,000 level. If it breaks below 30,000, that's where I'm looking to add and start to accumulate more. I think there are probably some buyers buying at this low because we're at the lows here. But we'll see. But you can see we've been there quite a long time now. But we continue to move lower, so it's possible we can keep going down. If we break the 3,000 level, though, we could come down to 28, 27 or lower. So we just got to keep our eyes out for a change in that trend. So then Ethereum, again, got a bottom here, bottom here, bottom here. This is third bottom. We're hitting these levels. So if this falls through, then we could be coming a lot lower. Ethereum, to me, this is great for my long-term portfolio, I believe. But if it breaks down here below into the 1700s, I'll probably start adding. The low is around 1400, but will we get there? Hard to say. But I would start to look. If buyers start coming in, look to where your entry is going to be, and if this is something that you're interested in tracking. For Dogecoin, same type of chart. Got a bottom here, and this is second bottom. So we'll see if it continues to break through this support and heads lower towards 10 cents, maybe even 5 cents. If it does, I'll definitely be buying up here. I'll possibly even buy around this 17-16 range if it stays down here long enough. Just because you see how the moving averages are pulling all the way right down to this little tight spot here, and so this is a long-term consolidation. That's typically when you get a little bit of a squeeze to either push up or down. So that should be coming here hopefully in the next few days. So that's what we're watching. That's what we're trading. Those are kind of some of the areas that we're looking for. We'll definitely be adding more. Watch your scanner. When they come up on the scanner, go look at the charts and see if that's something that you're interested in. That's what we do every morning. So stay safe out there. Earnings season is here, so look for volatility, and continue to watch the VIX and S&P 500 for a change in trend. And everybody have a great Monday morning.